This lecture is of Maths, Book 9th and for the students of Class 8th. Our topic is Matrices and Determinants, which is Unit 1. We are going to do exercise 1.1. Before starting the lecture, I want you to keep your books in front of you for better understanding. At the end of the lecture, you people will be able to know about what is matrix, rows and columns in matrix, terminologies used in matrix, order of a matrix, and about equal matrices. Here is the definition of matrix. Arrangement of elements within the brackets is called matrix. The idea of matrices was given by Arthur Cayley, an English mathematician of 19th century who first developed theory of matrices in 1858. Matrix is a singular word and its plural is matrices. We use square brackets in matrix, and this is how we arrange elements in brackets. This is not the only way to arrange them. You may have different ways to arrange elements in brackets. I am having examples to show you the different arrangement of elements. Students, here you can see that in each and every matrix, arrangement of elements are different. I hope you are clear with this concept. Now, as everything has name, so you need to remember that the matrices are denoted by the capital letters of English alphabet. Here I am giving name to my first matrix, that is A, to the second matrix, that is B, and the last one, that is H. This is how we name the matrix. As you people are dealing with the matrices for the very first time, so here very important thing to remember is that try not to write matrix in this way. Do not use this bar or dash between upper and lower element. This is totally wrong. You should write matrix in this way only. We use different terminologies in matrices. These are rows, column, and element. I am taking this matrix D as an example to show you the concept of these terminologies. Let me show you rows first and then columns. This is our first row of matrix D, as I have highlighted entries in horizontal way. So, the entries represented in horizontal way are called rows. Similarly, this is row 2 of matrix D. You can see that again I have highlighted entries in horizontal way, as we have no other entry to show in horizontal way, so there are only 2 rows in this matrix. I am taking same matrix to give you the concept of columns. This is our first column of matrix D. Dear students, you can see that I have highlighted entries in vertical way. So, entries represented in vertical way are called columns. Similarly, this is column 2 of matrix D and this is column 3 of matrix D. I have again highlighted entries in vertical way and we have no other entry to show in vertical way. So, there are 3 columns in this matrix. I hope you are clear with the concept of rows and columns, and now the third terminology is element that you use in matrix. Each and every entry of the matrix is called element. Here 5, 2, 9, 2, 1 and 1 are the elements of matrix D. Next topic is order of a matrix. The number of rows and columns in a matrix specifies its order. Suppose matrix M Let m be the number of rows in matrix M and n be the number of columns in matrix M. Then matrix M is said to be of order m by n. M by n means we write number of rows first and then number of columns. We can also say that m by n means number of rows by number of columns. See, here we have two rows in this matrix. As we are representing rows by m, so m is equal to 2 and number of columns are 3. As columns are represented by n, so n is equal to 3. Here order of matrix M is 2 by 3. As I have written number of rows first and then number of columns, that is 2 by 3. This is what the order of matrix is. Now come to exercise 1.1, question number 1. Question number 1 is find the order of the following matrices. These are all the matrices given in your exercise. You can see on page number 4. Let's see the answers. First of all, go for matrix A. The number of rows in matrix A are 2 and the number of columns are also 2. So the order of matrix A is 2 by 2. Now I want you to think the answer of matrix B. Think. Okay, the order of matrix B is also 2 by 2. If your answer was 2 by 2, then it's correct. I hope you can do rest of the parts of this question by yourself. Okay, next topic is equal matrices. Two matrices will be equal if and only if they will be fulfilling the following two conditions. Condition number 1 is the order of both the matrices are equal. Their corresponding entries are equal. Let's take two matrices here. First one is A and second one is B. Order of matrix A is 2 by 2 and order of matrix B is also 2 by 2. Check either matrix A and matrix B are equal or not. Our first condition is the order of both the matrices are equal. As the order of matrix A is 2 by 2 and the order of matrix B is also 2 by 2. So this condition is true. Our second condition is their corresponding entries are equal. As first entry of matrix A is 1 and the first entry of matrix B is also 1. The second entry of matrix A is 3 and the second entry of matrix B is 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. Now the third entry of matrix A is minus 4 and the third entry of matrix B is also minus 4. The fourth entry of matrix A is 2 and the fourth entry of matrix B is 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. So our second condition is also true. Thus A is equal to B. Let's do example. I am taking two matrices E and F. Order of matrix E is 2 by 2 and order of matrix F is also 2 by 2. Check either matrix E and matrix F are equal or not. First condition is the order of both the matrices are equal, which is true. And the second condition is their corresponding entries are equal. Let's check their corresponding entries. The first entry of matrix E is 2 and the first entry of matrix F is 2. The second entry of matrix E is 3 and the second entry of matrix F is also 3. the third entry of matrix E is -1 and the third entry of matrix F is also -1. The fourth entry of matrix E is 2, but the fourth entry of matrix F is -2, which is not equal to the fourth entry of matrix E. So our second condition is false. Thus E is not equal to F. Now come to the second question of exercise 1.1. Question is, which of the following matrices are equal? These are all the matrices given in your exercise. Let's do it. Take matrix A. Its order is 1 by 1. Now find out another matrix of order 1 by 1. As you can see that among them only matrix C is of order 1 by 1 and the corresponding entries of matrix A and C are also equal, as 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. As matrix A and C are fulfilling the both conditions, so we can say that A is equal to C. Same goes for rest of the matrices. Do rest of this question by yourself and match each matrix with all 1 by 1. Remember, more than 2 matrices may be equal, like E, H and J are equal matrices. Here is last question of exercise 1.1, which is very important. In this question, we have to find out the values of A, B, C and D. As you know that in equal matrices, corresponding entries are equal. So, the first entry of the matrix which is on left hand side is A plus C, and the first entry of the matrix which is on right hand side is 0. So, we can say that A plus C is equal to 0. I am giving name to this equation 1. A plus 2B is equal to -7 and it become my equation 2. Similarly for the third one, C minus 1 is equal to 3 and it become our third equation. And the last one is 4D minus 6 is equal to 2D and this become our fourth equation. In order to find out the values, first of all I will consider equation 3. That is, C minus 1 is equal to 3. Here the question is, why I am taking equation 3 first? It's because we have only one unknown term in it, which is C. We can find out its value easily. It's not compulsory to find out values alphabetical wise. We should go for the equation which has least number of unknown terms. This is the reason why I have taken equation 3 first. So, I will bring 1 to the other side by changing its sign in order to find out the value of C. When I will add 3 plus 1, it will give me the value of C, which is 4. So, here is the value of C. I am going to put value of C in equation 1 because by putting value of C in equation 1, I can get the value of A. I haven't taken equation 2 because it has 2 unknown values and I haven't found any of them yet. Here by putting values of C in equation 1, it becomes A plus 4 is equal to 0. When I will bring 4 to the other side by changing sign, it will give me the value of A, that is A is equal to -4. Now I can put the value of A in equation 2, as equation 2 is A plus 2B is equal to -7, and after putting the value in it, it will become -4 plus 2B is equal to -7. I brought -4 to the other side by changing its sign, and -7 plus 4 is equal to 2 minus 3. So 2b is equal to -3. As 2 is multiplying with b, so by bringing it to the other side, it becomes -3 by 2. I will divide -3 by 2 and get the answer of b, that is -1.5. Now I will consider equation 4, which is 4d minus 6 is equal to 2d. I will bring -6 and 2d to the opposite sides of the equation. After subtracting 4d and 2d, I will get 2d. 2d is equal to 6. And after dividing 6 by 2, I will get the answer of d, that is 3. So the value of a is equal to -4, value of b is equal to -1.5, value of c is equal to 4, and value of d is equal to 3. This is how we find the unknown values. Questions of review exercise 1 related to exercise 1.1 is question number 3. Students, this is all about exercise 1.1. Thank you very much.